And let's get more now about the law enforcement response to this incident. We are joined now by Carmen, Executive Director of the School of Criminology, Criminal Justice, and Strategic Studies at Tarleton State University in Texas. Thanks so much for joining us this evening.
Thanks for having me.
Now, we've heard that this was an incident in which the suspect is thought to have had multiple guns with automatic capacity. Given that, what do you make of law enforcement's response?
You know, having reviewed the tapes and having talked to some folks that were actually on the scene, I can tell you that the law enforcement response was superb when it comes to Las Vegas Police Department, particularly the SWAT team. You have to remember that when these type of incidents take place, there are multiple people running not only at the same time, 20,000 in this case, but you also are receiving the 911 dispatch center is receiving hundreds of calls, literally, about different perspectives on the scene. So to be able to receive that information and put it in an operational manner for law enforcement to respond to, it does require some degree of art, and I think they did a great job.
Can you talk with us a little bit more about your frustrations as a law enforcement official dealing with a lone wolf who has a pretty amazing arsenal, we're beginning to learn? Because, you know, after these mass shootings like this in the United States, the talk often goes to gun control, for example. Nevada has some of the most relaxed gun laws in the country, we have to tell our viewers. We've heard President Trump's press secretary saying that now is not the time to renew that debate. When you hear such things, what do you think?
Well, you know, at the end of the day, if somebody has the motive to kill someone or to inflict harm on a massive number of people, they're going to find a way in which to do it, whether you give them access to guns or not. I mean, frankly, you know, obviously we worry from the law enforcement perspective, and as a criminologist that has trained thousands of police officers for the past 20 years, I can tell you that oftentimes police officers in the United States are underarmed. They have less of a weaponry than the enemy does, in this case, a lone wolf attacker, as in the case of the individual that killed 50+ people last night. So yeah, you know, they are at a disadvantage, and we wish the equation would be different. But at the same time, I've always said that when you really study the psychic of somebody that does something like this, they will find a way to harm innocent people, regardless of what access you give them to guns or not. So to some degree, I agree with the Secretary of Media Relations with the White House, in the sense that right now is not the time to talk about it, but obviously we need to have a discussion in this country, not only about the accessibility to automatic weapons, but also about what law enforcement can do to protect others.
Well, Carmen, Executive Director of the School of Criminology, Criminal Justice, and Strategic Studies at Tarleton State University in Texas, we thank you very much for sharing your opinion. I think, as you mentioned, it is a conversation that is going to be happening in the country in the not-so-distant future. We appreciate your view.
Thank you.